So getting away from wrestling a little bit, did you see Marvel's big announcement over the past week?
I did, and it's not a thing.
There's female Thor,
Yeah.
which Thor was a frog for a few weeks. I don't give a shit if he's a woman suddenly. It's not that big a deal.
My problem is the people, like, I don't know how it is in mythology, but at least in, like, comics, it's whoever holds the hammer is Thor.
Right.
So it's the concept of Thor is more of an idea than one person. So if this woman was able to pick up the hammer, she doesn't have to be She-Thor or Lady Thor. She's Thor.
She's Thor. And that is going to be part of the story. They said it would be about the male Thor, like, losing his worthiness.
I mean, it's going to be all undone by Avengers 2 anyway, so I don't see why anyone gives a shit, but...
And they did also come out Wednesday night on the Colbert Report, and Joe Quesada was there, and he finally confirmed what we all figured out a fucking month ago, that Falcon was going to replace Captain America. A fucking revelation that makes no goddamn sense. Wait, yes it does. Somebody was just in a movie that made a shitload of money for Marvel Comics.
And the fans went fucking nuts over Falcon.
I would like to point out a Civil War Fallen Son #3, where they were trying to convince Hawkeye to replace the dead Captain America. And they explicitly said, you are the only person who has been able to use this shield and not lose an arm.
Yeah, you said that last week.
I did. I'm just pointing that out again.
I just want to reiterate.
Just want to re-fucking-iterate. And then...
Maybe Falcon has been training, and he's managed to catch the shield without losing his arm, so he's fine.
Now the Avengers books are going to go through an 8-month time jump coming up. That way they can just kind of ignore all the stories they normally would have had to tell. So they can get everything reverted back to normal by May so they can do Avengers 2 in theaters. I'm snarky. They've got a new Avengers lineup for Avengers Now #1. With, of course, I don't care. I'm going to fucking call him Captain Falcon. Captain Falcon, the new Thor,
he better have
Infernus,
a Falcon punch.
God, he fucking better. Infernus and Medusa of the Inhumans. Winter Soldier's on the team. He's getting a new ongoing as well. Deathlock, because he just showed up at some TV show that was really big. Man, his design looks familiar. I can't imagine where I've seen it before. Oops, did I say that out loud? Shit, my bad. Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange, who in this picture has evidently not eaten for 5 years. God damn, he is skinny. Ant-Man, the superior Iron Man, which I am assuming is going to be Tony Stark's recently revealed brother he never knew about. Did you read that story?
No.
Where Tony Stark found out he was actually adopted and had a brother he didn't know about.
So wait, is the Tony Stark in the comics the same like in the movies where he's super intelligent like his father?
Yep, but it's not his father.
So it's not his father. So the intelligence is not inherited.
Maybe. They don't know who his father is. Give it a few months. We'll find out it's like fucking MODOK or the Red Skull or some bullshit. That's what I said as soon as the story happened. I was like, so which supervillain is going to be Tony's dad?
I would love if it was MODOK. Marvel, if you're listening, if you want to get my business again, make MODOK Iron Man's father.
Fun fact, the current Marvel event, Original Sin, seems to be solely a reason to kill the original Nick Fury in a blaze of glory. Have I discussed any of this with you?
No. What is this called again?
We'll talk about this real quick. The event is called Original Sin. The plot is actually pretty interesting. The body of the Watcher is found on the moon. Somebody shot the Watcher and killed him.
How? I thought they lived outside of, like...
Exactly, that's the point. It's a murder mystery trying to figure out who shot the Watcher. Really cool premise. Here's the thing. 6 issues in, not even a fucking suspect has been identified. They found, there's a villain, the Orb. Have you heard of the Orb? As I punch my microphone. It is a super villain who's there. When they find the Watcher's body, they realize somebody has stolen the Watcher's eyes. And the eyes, it turns out, if you get too close to them, the eyes may detonate and will, like, unveil all of the secrets of the lives of those around you. Thus resulting in a bunch of really fucking angsty tie-in stories. Like the story where Bruce Banner realizes he's the Incredible Hulk because he pissed off Tony Stark, who tampered with the gamma bomb that blew up. Or the Fantastic Four one, where you find out that one of the devices that was perfectly calibrated to restore Ben Grimm to normal didn't work because 10 minutes beforehand, Johnny Storm, just like kind of screwing around, sat in the chair and offset the perfectly calibrated device. And Reed Richards was just like, well, fuck it, we won't tell him. Like, seriously. Reed was like, you fucking dumbass, that was perfectly calibrated. Johnny's like, oh my god, I didn't know. What do we tell Ben? And Reed's like, nah, fuck it.
So the whole story is our universe wouldn't exist if everyone in it wasn't a complete asshole.
Exactly. Original douchebag. So anyways, you have this group of heroes. Let me see if I can remember who they are off the top of my head. Gamora, Black Panther, Winter Soldier, Moon Knight, Doctor Strange, Ant-Man. There's one the Punisher. Which was an interesting group of characters because, like, for 2 issues, you have, like, the Punisher and Doctor Strange working together, and you're reading this like, there is no scenario in which this happens.
Until you said the Punisher, I was like, okay, so they dug up a bunch of C-listers that they kind of just forgot they owned. Like, we should dust these guys off and use them.
And Rocket Raccoon's there, too, by accident. I'm sure he didn't accidentally show up because he's starring in a popular movie this summer.
What? Don't be silly.
You know, that's a trend that happens with every Marvel movie, but when it's like a C-list property like Guardians of the Galaxy, it gets really obvious.
Yeah, makes it very overt. Rocket Raccoon, what are you doing here?
Rocket Raccoon didn't show up in publication for 20 years, and now he's in every book. So
he's a key factor in this big crossover event, and he has his own book.
So they're trying to figure out who killed the Watcher. The Winter Soldier walks into a room and kills Nick Fury and cuts his head off. And then all these people rendezvous on the on this ship in space. They find out that Nick Fury, the Winter Soldier, killed was a life model decoy that was so incredibly sophisticated.
Just like every other time that Nick Fury has died?
Yeah. But this one was more sophisticated than any they've ever seen before. They all show up. They find Nick Fury, who is now like 80 years old. The infinity formula that was keeping him young has wore off, and now he is rapidly aging. He says he wakes up every day, and he's a few years older, and he doesn't have many mornings left, and blah, 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 blah. And then there's like a whole issue that it reveals that from the 60s on, Nick Fury has been traveling the galaxy, killing people who are killing like aliens or superpowered entities who are a threat to Earth. That is his original sin. There's even like this weird like 2-page sequence where he's setting up for a big like sniper kill and aiming and take shot. And then he goes, "No, we're gonna let this one go a little bit. I think he's something special." And you find out it's Spider-Man. No, we're not gonna kill this one. So now, like, the Avengers just showed up on this space station,
it's lucky
and Nick
that
Fury's
he had
like,
this revelation about one of their biggest characters.
right. Could you imagine if, like, Amazing Spider-Man #4 in 1960 just gets fucking shot in the face?
He swings down, saves somebody from getting hit by a car. Thanks, Spider-Man. You're welcome, citizen. Kablam! Nick Fury's up on a roof.
That's the book.
End of that. No more of his bullshit.
So, we also find out the Watcher and Nick Fury didn't really like each other. But Nick Fury didn't kill the Watcher. He knows who, but he hasn't said who yet because there's still another issue left of the fucking series. Number 6 of 7 came out Wednesday, and Nick Fury's like, by the way, I'm gonna die soon, and I got all of you on this station because one of you are going to replace me.
Wait, I thought his son replaced him.
No. As his, like, top secret fly around space and kill people who are a threat person.
Someone has to be the intergalactic bounty hunter.
Someone has to be Marvel's Boba Fett. They got fucking Star Wars now. Why can't it just actually be Boba Fett? Fuck it. I mean, go all out.
Watch that be 7 is that Nick Fury points into the crowd. He's like, you! And they're all kind of looking at each other like, what? And then they spread out and Boba Fett's standing behind them like, hi!
Look, I'm just saying, you want to sell some books? Boba Fett starts showing up.
God.
It's such a terribly ridiculous idea that you can't help but love it.
Maybe I'm misunderstanding the concept of the Watcher in that, like, he's this being that sort of exists outside of our existence. So how could he just get killed?
He does both. He exists like in and out of our existence. They also found out he had this armory that comprised of like all the super weapons you have seen in the Marvel Universe ever, that he, like, you know, when the Watcher shows up and goes, no.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to act, but no. And takes their shit and leaves. And it turns out somebody stole, like, all of those.
And then also, just because he is this sort of the god figure, like, him and Nick Fury don't like each other. Like, isn't he sort of beyond feelings of like and dislike?
Shh, Bendis. That's Marvel Comics in a nutshell right now.